What is going on, folk? My name is NimbleThor, and today in my mobile gaming quest, we are going to check out Psebay, a hidden gem both available on Android, iOS, and on PC as a premium game via Steam for $9 US. And this game is a physics-based motorbike game. I'm gonna go into level 6 here. This game runs incredibly smooth, and the visual art style is just amazing. It feels almost like an ALTO'S adventure for these 2D motorbike games. It has this very premium feel to it as well. Oh, how did we... I guess we couldn't handle that rough landing there. But, as I was saying, it has this premium feel to it, even though it's actually free to play both on Android and on iOS. This is going to be a tough one to get out of. Oh man, died again. So, even though we failed there, the controls are actually very easy. We can simply move forwards on the blue button, backwards on the red button if we double tap it, and if we simply tap it once, we brake. And then we can either lean our character back and forth, and that changes, of course, the point of gravity, exactly like in your typical motorbiking game. So, we got only 1 star from this level, but the real challenge, though, actually starts in level 8. So let's go to level 8. It's this one over here. There are many levels in this game, by the way, and also an endless mode at the end. But the game kind of changes at level 8, because this is where we get to play around with gravity, which is a feature that we'll then see repeated throughout most of the upcoming levels as well. Just wait and see. We've got this gravity point we hit. There we go. Look at that. Look at the world moving around. This feels amazing. And this is just the first time we're introduced to this feature. Over the next many levels, we see this used over and over again. It makes the game very difficult. It does mean that you probably have to play the game or each level a few times until you really get how gravity works in that specific level. Some might not like that, because it does mean that you can't just be good enough at the game and then complete a level. You actually have to play it a few times. But for me, though, this was a really interesting feature, and I'm really excited to play more around with it, even in the upcoming levels. Look at this, by the way. Look at the speed we're getting here. And I think there's a gravity changer there as well. Oh man, and the slow-mo when the gravity changes, the effects, the music. Oh no! Man, we got hit there. We were driving too fast. But anyway, all of that all comes together to create a really nice experience. Now, if the game is becoming too difficult, what we have to do is to go over to our garage, and here we can spend stars on upgrading our vehicle. So, what we can upgrade here is that we can increase maneuver speed, we can increase engine power, or we can improve the grip of the tires. Now, we spent stars on this, and stars are what we get from completing levels. We can get between 1 and 3 stars for completing a level. And right now, we have 16 stars left. Now, we're not shown how many stars we actually need to upgrade a specific part. Fortunately, we don't have to wait for the upgrades either. They are instant, but it would be nice to be able to see how much we have to spend. However, we can actually reset the amount of stars we've spent at any time. This feature is not monetized, which I was kind of surprised to see. This is typically something a game developer would want to monetize. But for example, I've reset our stats now, so we could choose to put it all into improving the grip of the tires, improving the engine power, or increasing the maneuver speed. I want to put all of it into... well, I want to put some into engine power, some into the grip of the tires, and then I'm gonna put this last point, because I only think we can upgrade one more thing, into engine power this time, instead of putting it into the maneuver speed. So the cool thing is we can actually go in and respec our vehicle for the specific level that we're trying to complete, which is really freaking awesome. And you might want to actually do that, because there's definitely levels geared more towards having engine power, more towards having, you know, better tires, and so on. It all really comes down to the level we're in. Oh, this is one of my favorite levels. Look at this one, guys. This is so cool. Oh man, okay, that was that went completely wrong. But the thing is that the gravity changes 3 times very quickly. Come on, yes, there we go. That is so cool. This level took me forever to figure out the first time I played it, but now we actually completed it on 3 stars. But this one really gave me an awesome gameplay experience. So this was level... what level was this? Let's see, let's go to the next one. So if this next one is level 15, so that was level 14, right? Awesome level. Level 14, definitely recommended. Honestly, it's probably my favorite level in the game, so even if you're considering quitting the game, try to get to level 14, and let me know if you could complete that one in the comment section down below this video. Now, the game changes once again around level 17, just like in level 8, where we started seeing gravity. In level 17, we start seeing each level being split up into many smaller roads or segments, which actually adds a lot of difficulty to the game. Just look at this, for example. It also makes the game look much nicer. I really like this. It feels almost post-apocalyptic, right? Something went wrong here, and we're just out here on our bike trying to survive. I mean, look at this here. This is so cool. And the way it lights up whenever we hit these platforms, it's a really nice experience. Oh, and gravity's gonna change. Okay, gravity's gonna change again over here. Yes, there we go. Did we get 3 stars? We got 2 stars. I imagine if we had completed this one in 9 seconds exactly instead of 9.03, we would have probably gotten 3 stars. Now, the interesting thing is that we can actually see how many stars we're getting on our bike. So if you look carefully, right now you can see that we're getting 3 stars, we're still getting 3 stars, still getting 3 stars. At some point though, we will start getting, oh, we actually got 3 stars in this one. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you look carefully at the bike itself, it actually indicates how many stars we're getting, which is another really freaking cool feature. It's a small thing that just adds to the overall feel of the game, and I'm really liking that. Now, as I said, there's also an endless mode in this game, and there's even more levels if we go out here and into the menu in what's called alternative ways, which are actually just, even more campaign levels that you have to unlock. And these have to be unlocked by playing these top 2 levels here. I believe that's how you get green stars, and then you slowly unlock all of these levels down here. So if you've completed the rest of the game, there's definitely something to dive into. And also, by the way, these levels are relatively new, these ones over here. So if you played this game a year ago or 2 years ago when it actually released for the first time on mobile and PC, you might actually want to dive in again because it seems like this game has been upgraded quite a bit since then. Now, if you want to or have to, you can play this game offline, but if you're online though, it will show us a few advertisements now and again. Not too often though, I would say maybe every 5 levels or something like that. So it's not too bad really, but if you want to remove those advertisements, you can do so through a single $3 in-app purchase that will also enable a level editor, and it gives us a cape that isn't purely cosmetic. I mean, it is cosmetic, but it also increases our movement speed or our engine speed by 17%. There are a few other in-app purchases as well, actually, to buy different types of capes, but each of them only increases the speed by 17%. So if you've got one of those capes, there's really no reason to buy more of them, and they each come in at only $1. So I'd say that the monetization is somewhat relaxed, and I'm really excited to see that. I'm glad to see that we don't have to wait for upgrades as well. None of that bullshit. There's no loot boxes. None of that in this game. It's just a good old, almost premium game. Except for the few advertisements that you're shown. Now, of course, buying one of these capes is going to make the game a bit easier as well, and that's actually one of the main complaints I've seen about this game. One of the few complaints is that it might be too difficult. But then again, you've got other people over on Steam saying that they completed this game in about 4 hours, and it wasn't that big of a challenge. So, I don't know, just play it for yourself, figure it out for yourself. I think it's decently challenging for me. I'm definitely failing around level 20 or so, and I simply cannot complete level 20 right now. So what I'll do instead is I'll go back and play some of the older levels and try to get more stars to be able to upgrade our vehicle some more. So overall, I am really enjoying the game. It doesn't feel dragged out. There's actually a decent amount of levels without there being hundreds of them. It has a relaxed monetization system, and it just looks freaking amazing. I think this is truly a hidden gem of an indie game, and so I'm happy to share it with you guys today, and hopefully you will enjoy the game if you decide to check it out for yourselves. Now, however, it is time for my mobile gaming news of the day, which is that Nintendo's mobile games have now finally earned more than $1 billion in revenue. For a company as big as Nintendo, this really took them a while, but they finally crossed that huge milestone. More than half of that revenue, though, 61%, came from one game alone. You probably guessed it, Fire Emblem Heroes, to no big surprise, I think, for anyone, with Animal Crossing, Dragalia Lost, and then Mario Kart as the second, third, and fourth best earning games. Dr. Mario World is at the very bottom, by the way, with only $4.8 million, which means the game has probably not even earned back its development and marketing costs. But hey, that's what happens when you make a mediocre mobile game these days. You really have to make something amazing to be able to compete with the rest. So, there you have it. One awesome mobile game, one hopefully somewhat interesting mobile gaming news fact, and that's how a video feels like right here in the channel. So if you're new around here and you want more of this mobile gaming goodness, then you can consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to join the Nimble Nation. But most importantly, until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.